Okay, guys, we are going to go over our last little section of the review, and that's going to be adding and subtracting fractions to start. When you see a question that has fractions, you're going to isolate those numbers. If you're on paper, you're circling them. Otherwise, you're focusing on the screen on them. And then we're going to figure out if one pillow uses 2 and a 6, how much ribbon is remaining. Our keyword is remaining would let us know that it's subtracting, right? Because remaining is like left over. So I know I have to take those two numbers and that I'm going to subtract 2 and 1/6. When we're going to add, subtract, multiply, or divide, the best thing to do so we don't end up having to regroup is just to start by doing our Texas method and converting them into improper fractions. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 3 gives me 15/4. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 1 gives me 13/6. Now I look at them and I see that I don't have a common denominator. I have a choice to butterfly up, which would give me that denominator of 24, but I'm going to try to go with the least common denominator, which is 12. How did I get that? Well, I could go to the side and do the multiples. 4, 8, 12, and then the multiples of 6 are 6, 12. I don't have to continue after that, but I found my LCM, my least common multiple, is my lowest common denominator. So now I see to get from 4 to 12, I multiply by 3. So I'm going to take 15 and multiply by 3 and get 45/12. Then to get from 6 to 12, I multiply by 2. So whatever I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. That gives me 26. So now I'm at 45 minus 26, borrow from the 4. 15 minus 6 gives me 9, and I have 19/12. When I'm here, that's top in, bottom out. This is another way. This means divide. The fraction bar means divide. 12 goes into 19 one time. Remainder is 7. It becomes 1 and 7/12. Okay? You're going to do the same thing on question 25. On your own paper in a moment. I'm going to go ahead and go over the last little bit of the fractions notes, and then I'll put the questions underneath. So on the first one, it says Chris is building a model out of wire. He has a length of wire that measures 9/10 of a yard. If he cuts it into 5 equal parts, then how long will each piece be? 5 equal parts. The cutting lets us know that the operation is division. And we know that he starts with 9/10 and has to divide it into 5 parts, which becomes 5/1. Our strategy for dividing fractions is to keep change and flip to its reciprocal, also known as the multiplicative inverse. Just to let y'all know, it's not a trick. The flipping it is just the way, because the multiplying is the opposite, the inverse operation of division. So we change the sign and then we flip it. Now that we can multiply, we do what I call parallel parking, which is just multiplying straight across because we don't have to have a common denominator. And then when we check that, we have our, we have our final answer on 26. That's 9/50, and we have to put the unit yards. That's one of our division examples. And we're going to do one of our multiplication ones. 27, an article fills 5/8 of a magazine page. A related photo takes up 1/4 of the article. So 1/4 of the 5/8 of indicates multiplication. So now I know I'm doing 5/8 times 1/4, or 1/4 times 5/8. When I'm multiplying, again, I'm just multiplying straight across. Call that parallel parking it. When I get to my answer, I say, can I divide them by 2? No. 3? No. 5? No. 7? No. And that means that that's already simplified. 5 30-seconds of the page, because that's a total. Okay, thank you so much for watching the videos. You just have a few more questions left to answer on your scratch paper and put into the Google